Thanks for hanging today, Jimmy from Danny's Pizza and Burger Bar.
How you doing, Maria?
I'm doing so good. I want to talk about all the pizza and all the burgers, but first we got to talk about the bar, which starts with your first ever alcoholic beverage. Take me through the story.
Oh, first one. The first one I probably can remember was probably with the cousins in Texas, breaking into the liquor cabinet
Oh,
on a winter break. That was probably the first one, but probably the first real story I remember was probably the quarries in Lamont in high school. That's where we would go drinking.
this sounds like the start of a horror novel in the quarries
Oh,
in Lamont as teenagers.
well, the best part was is we were slamming and beer bonging with Purple Passion, which you're probably too young to remember.
And
um,
anything that sounds like that, though, I'm
uh,
cringing already.
these were like wine coolers in a 2 liter.
Oh,
Like think Bartles and James, but in a 2 liter. Um, yeah, so that's really my first story. And I remember my brother was so pissed because there was one time we were at the quarries and another buddy of mine went to go pick up a couple of the girls. And next thing you know, we're coming back, we're going to park in the usual spot, and there's all kinds of police lights. Well, needless to say, my buddy and I kept driving.
yeah.
We didn't stop. My brother and about 4 or 5 other buddies had to go through alcohol classes in high school because because the
Stop.
police showed up and kind of busted the quarries that night. And I got fortunate, and I got I got to keep going because I was out getting the girls.
I'm sure they really learned something from those classes too. They're probably like, yep, never again.
Never again. They probably learned, and I didn't, because I didn't have to get stuck with the classes.
I'm not convinced that those classes have ever helped. I've had many regulars as a bartender be like, oh, yeah, those classes used to go all the time. Anyway, 3 more, please. Beautiful. So take me through how you went from drinking at the quarry, which we'll just move past your locational choices there. And take me through how you found your way to Danny's Pizza and Burger.
Well, the cliff notes. I started making pizza when I was 15. Ended up with an offer to go to Las Vegas and open up the Palms Casino, where I was the assistant general manager for Ghost Bar and Rain.
Wait, how old were you when you were the AGM?
26.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I was originally supposed to open there was a drink in Chicago, and I was supposed to open up Drink Dallas. It was the concept of Michael Morton and Scott DeGraff. And needless to say, didn't quite raise all the money I needed to open up the drink in Dallas, but they asked me to come and work for them when they were opening up the club in Vegas. So at 26, I moved out to Vegas. Keep in mind, this was right after 9/11. Literally moved out to Vegas in October 2001. Everyone thought I was crazy. And I ended up in Vegas for 8 years. So I became a local and ran the club for a while, and then moved to Los Angeles for a little bit. And then had an offer to come back to Chicago when my daughter was born and buy a pizza place here. Came back in 2013, and then Danny's, we bought it from the original owner in 2015, and then reopened it in 2017 to great, our customers over there are great. Garfield Ridge is really treated us well. It's like the little local Cheers over there.
I have 2 questions for you. One, how does a 15-year-old get into pizza in such a way that it really leaves such an impact on your life and kind of dictates that trajectory?
They say once you get in the restaurant business, you don't get out. And I guess it truly was true for me.
Yeah.
I started delivering pizzas, and then I started making pizzas, and then I was running the place. I actually went to Northern Illinois, and I opened my first pizzeria while I was still going to school at Northern.
Oh, wow.
So these were just carry out and delivery locations. It wasn't until I went to Vegas and I got into the whole bar scene, where I got more into the full service. And, so when I came back to Chicago, that's where my knowledge was. And that's, where my passion was really.
You're like a hospitality prodigy. Like, like, yes, I basically grew up in this. 15 years old, my first pizza. Now here I am.
32 years later.
And that's how you know you're going to get a good slice of pizza at Danny's. So my second question is, what about Danny's stood out to you that made you want to grab on to that spot and be like, I want my name on this. I want to be associated with this. This is my next big thing.
Well, Danny's was just such a local staple. I mean, if you grew up in the neighborhood there, you knew Danny's. And when I found out it was for sale, I actually owned another restaurant down the street from it. And I'm like, where do you guys all go to eat? I'm like, there's nothing over here. So I was really intrigued. Sorry, let me explain that. When we found out it was for sale, we were kind of like, my partners thought I was crazy. They're like, we own the restaurant down the street. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I have a whole idea for a whole other concept. I go, they already have the following. They've got a great pizza. It's completely different than our pizza that we're serving here. And I go, I really want to turn it into the local Cheers, like the neighborhood hangout. And I really feel like we've accomplished that. It's been difficult with COVID now.
Right.
You know, it's a little frustrating to say the least. Luckily, we still have a very great following. It's especially with the mandate now and everything, it makes things a lot more difficult. But we're working through it, and hopefully pretty soon here we'll be past this and on to the next stage. Yes, fingers crossed.
Obviously, what we need to do is get Ted Danson out there somehow, so you can really be the Cheers bar. It'll be perfect. So here's a question: what about Danny's Pizza is so different? What makes Danny's Pizza Danny's?
Danny's Pizza Danny's. Well, true story, there actually really is no Danny.
Whoa, breaking news. Exclusive to Rock 95.5.
Yes, there is no Danny. The original owners, there was no Danny in the family. It used to be a beef place called Danny's.
Sick of the fake news.
And so when they bought it, in 1976, it was a beef stand called Danny's. And they didn't want to spend the money changing the sign. So they left the name Danny's up there, and thus Danny's.
So there's theoretically a Danny, but Danny is not associated with pizza. Danny put his name on beef.
In absolutely no way. Yes.
Somewhere
now, if you ask my daughter, we named it after her first crush in preschool.
Can you imagine if that part were true? Like just the amount of pressure on a preschooler. Like, listen, kid, we just named this pizza restaurant. I hope that you're serious about this relationship. And
it's yours, and it's going to be handed down to you. So we already have your career picked out for you.
Yeah. Just go to pizza college. It'll be fine. So tell me about what getting through the pandemic was like, because that's where community building really gets done, is in times of hardship like that.
And it really does. We did our best not to let anyone go. I did not want to let any servers go. I did not want to let any front of house staff go. Obviously, we could do the carry out and the delivery, but bartenders and servers, hostesses, if you wanted to work, I put you to work. And I think that was our saving grace when everyone was having more difficult time getting their employees back to work. We never let them go.
Yeah.
So that really helped out a lot. It also helped out that the neighborhood really just got behind us, like they did with the other restaurants in the neighborhood. And I think that happened in a lot of different neighborhoods throughout the city. The neighborhood is what continued to get us through this pandemic, and still will, to this day.
Absolutely. And speaking of the neighborhood and that community, obviously bars, restaurants, breweries, they're all about the people, all about coming into having different experiences with different types of human beings from all over the globe. Do you have one that sticks out in your memory as a customer story?
There's not one particular story, and I'm probably not alone when we do this, but a lot of our customers have names and they're named after their drink. Like Heineken Jim, who comes in and talks to everybody at the bar, but his name is Jim, but it's Heineken Jim because he's always drinking a Heineken. And then there's the Coors Light couple who comes in every Friday night and they drink their 2 buckets of Coors Light. Buckets, yeah. And then there's the MGD guy. We didn't sell MGD when we first opened. And he kept coming in and he's like, I'd come in more often if you just sold MGD. So sure enough, I put it in and he comes in twice a week now. And he still comes in to this day from when we reopened. And I like to think it's because we brought on MGD.
Stories like that make me so happy because from the customer perspective, like when you're not in the bar every day, you don't see all the behind the scenes things. You don't see how things get ordered. That's just one of those things that makes people feel special. Like you go into a bar, you know that they went out of their way to order your very special drink that you like to drink because your presence here is enjoyed. You are wanted. Like, come on down, have a drink with us. We got your special yum yum and also this fake man's pizza.
Absolutely. And it doesn't hurt that we have great pizza and great burgers.
Yeah, tell me about your pizza and burgers.
The pizza is a typical tavern style, Chicago style pizza. We do not skimp on the toppings. The sausage is homemade. We season it ourselves in-house. So when you get the sausage, there's no preservatives in it. It's made fresh. So a sausage pizza is truly, what you want to enjoy by Danny's. The burgers were actually an addition that we did that was not part of the original Danny's. Because we own the other restaurant down the street, it was Villa Rosa. We didn't want to compete with ourselves too much. We knew the pizzas were going to compete. We knew we also had the bar, so we were going to be bringing in a whole different business with the bar. The other place is more carry out delivery. But we wanted to up the ante with our burgers. And that's why we, came up with the burger blend that we have. It's a tri blend. This month's special is the PB&J burger. So it's a peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon.
Risky.
And let me tell you something, it is delicious.
It sounds like something I would want to eat at 2 a.m. after I've had a couple tokes.
It is a little messy, so be prepared.
Good. That's how something's thoroughly enjoyed.
No, but we have fun, and we have fun. Like every month, we come up with the new specials. There's always a new burger every month. There's a new, style, a new salad, a new, pizza, and then a new wing. We're also known for our wings. So the peach habanero wings this month is what we're featuring. So I need you to come on down.
Obviously, I mean, peach habanero, but also, it does me good in my heart and in my soul, Jimmy, that you guys brought burgers to Danny's, because you see the original Danny and his beef stand. Now he gets the nod. He gets the tip. Somehow, somewhere, justice for Danny has been served.
I still want to know who the original Danny's is. So
we gotta be able to find this. It's only 2 owners ago, right?
Yeah, it's a little more digging.
We could do this. Let's find Danny. Let's figure out what he saw for his beef stand.
Let's get the neighborhood detectives in on this.
Yes. This is like a whole series for Danny's. This is a whole not Tuesday trivia night. It's gonna be like a Tuesday ancestry DNA for a restaurant night.
We want to get to the bottom of it.
Yes, we gotta find Danny. All right, what do you guys have coming up for 2022?
Well, 2022. Right now, we're just trying to get through the vaccine card mandate.
Yep.
Which has got a lot of people on both sides of the,
everything's a mess out here.
The aisle here. And I don't like to get political. I just want to serve good product, good pizza,
Sure.
Good drinks. Save that for somebody else.
Yep.
We just want you to come in and have fun. And actually to get away and not think about these things.
Sure.
you know. So 2022, we're hoping is going to be another successful year. So we've been very, very fortunate, and you know, with the pandemic and everything, and you know, keeping things going. I know, unfortunately, there's a lot of restaurants that are suffering,
Hmm.
and I hope they can all make it through.
Absolutely. And, you know, with the power of the pizza and the burger and the beer, Danny, wherever you are, we'll make you proud. We salute you, Danny.
You're awesome, Maria.
Thanks, man.